In July of 2009, I watched a video on the problem of human trafficking and I couldn't get the issue out of my mind. I spent many nights asking God to put an end to the problem. After a while, I felt like God said if I wanted the problem to end, then maybe I should be part of the solution. Over 4 years later, we've moved to Thailand, started an orphanage in Cambodia, started a discipleship training school that ministers to the lost and the least. I've seen in the past 9 months what having a little money can do to help fight the problem of human trafficking. Stop Slavery has been operating on a budget for our different projects of around $2,500 a month. The past 7 months, I've been able to give over $50,000 in grants for various projects as part of a coalition I work with. We have seen more success in those 7 months than in the prior 2 years that we've been working in this part of the world. Last month, I was in Hong Kong talking with a guy who has been fighting human trafficking for 23 years, and I was encouraged that I needed to do something that's been hard for me. Ask others to join in the fight with us, not just in heart, but with prayers and financial giving as well. We have a list of projects a mile long, and the opportunities to make a difference in this part of the world are everywhere. Because we are on the ground and have our own personal support in place, just about every dollar of this will go to fight the problem and work with projects directly, not to overhead and marketing, which can often eat up 20 or 30% in some nonprofits. I have a team of 3 people in place working on a social venture that are actually hoping to raise all the money so that 100% of all this giving can go directly to the projects. We need 1,000 heroes, 1,000 people that are willing to give between $29.8 a month to represent the 29.8 million slaves in the world and $100 a month. So somewhere between that. Did you know currently that Americans spend $6.5 billion a year on potato chips? And the whole world only spends about $350 million to fight modern day slavery. What about you? Do you spend more on potato chips or more on helping rescue people that are caught in the most grievous crime going on in the world today? What would you spend if it was one of your loved ones caught in slavery? What would you do? Now I know it's probably not your loved ones, but there are somebody's loved ones out there. Last week I was in a village in Cambodia where children are still regularly being sold as sex slaves. One of our first projects is to get a professional investigator to work in that town for the next year. We have a whole list of projects that we want to start working on as funding becomes available. If you'd like to be at least willing to pray for a week, just send me a quick message and say, yes, I'll be praying for a week about this, about whether I'm going to give to this problem or not. As I leave, let me put a little stone in your shoe. I hope that until you give to the problem of modern day slavery, you'll never be able to eat a potato chip again in good conscience. Love to hear from you guys. God bless. Thanks.